Welcome to Natural Light in New England in December. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. And we are on day number 18. Oh, 18. Call it. For Flavor is not sponsored. Whiskies of the Galaxy. This is very light now. It's still dangerous. I've said it before, but these edges and this cardboard stuff is dangerous at some level. 18, where are you? Where are you? Ooh, there's 19, so I know where that is now. 18. There you are, right in the middle. There we go. Ha! Whoop. Ha! Ouch. Five Finger and Zen Bood. I saw you, Schwelcome. Ooh. I know something you don't know. One of these days I'm going to remember to put the poll up. But keep in mind that I do these live streams completely expecting no one to be here. That was the general idea. I don't want it to be that way usually, but considering I go on whenever, it's a very possible thing. What whiskey is it? Is it? I'll get the reverb. Is it a Scotch? Is it an American whiskey? Is it an Irish whiskey? Whoops, god damn it. Ignore that. Donner Pass whiskey. Who's still half asleep? I need to wait for it to go through. And now I have to end the poll immediately because that was not what I wanted. Someone says Scotch. Okay. Go away, poll thing. I gotta make a new one. Jeez. What whiskey is it? Note to self, always add options first, or else you'll accidentally hit post. Oh, yeah. Scotch, American, Irish, or world whiskey. Let's find out today, shall we? Now ask the question. Donner Pass whiskey, hi, Schwelcome. Slapshot, afternoon, Schwelcome. It is afternoon, isn't it? It's like early afternoon. But if you saw the beginning of this, you will note the lighting from outside is gray. All gray. That is the way it is in New England right now. In December. I need more water. My voice is going. I can't. I haven't talked to anyone today. I don't think I've said much of anything today. I was singing in the shower, but that's about it. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Whiskey. What? I need to close that. Blech. Now on to the whiskey tasting experience. Whatever this whiskey is. And again, you take the poll as a guess as we go along. Really? That's weird. Then, but I don't know how, but sometimes you post stuff and the mod thing gets angry. I don't. You just said Slapshot with like the hockey puck and the whiskey glass. It was like, whoa, review. What? Donner Pass whiskey is half asleep. 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Donner Pass, what do you do? Why do you do that to yourself? That sounds awful. This is coming from the guy who doesn't function every day, all the days, and doesn't work because I can't leave my apartment without feeling like shit and wanting to hide. It's great. Slapshot says, gray in VA today, about to rain. It's been raining all day. I'm okay with rain. I don't mind. It's fine. Makes you appreciate the better days, the sunny days, but I don't mind rain. Moving on. What was I saying? I'm very distractible today. The thing I need to do is the color first. I almost completely jumped over that. Wow. And of course my neighbor is vacuuming because she's a psychopath and vacuums all the time. I'm sure it's very clean in there. First, let's go over the color. What do you think? Man. Oh. Bop, bop, bop. Boop. Yeah. I'm still nervous when pouring these things. I don't want to get it all over the place. I do that a lot. I'm trying to hone my bar skills by pouring my whiskey into my glass without making it go all over. Haven't quite conquered that yet. Got a whiff. I think I got some on my hands too. I think I did. Okay, color. This thing is so bright. It's right here. Can I turn this down a little? It's hurting my eyes. Work. There we go. Cool. I can see now. I can see clearly now. The rain is outside. There we go. Right around here. Again, it doesn't focus on the glass, so you can't really tell. But here, let me bring it to where you can see it. Lap. I haven't actually checked the proof. I forgot. So the color is... I can't see. The color... I would call this gold. Maybe amber gold, golden amber, something. It's in between. Clarity, it is clear. Sediments, no. Viscosity. Well, usually I cheat, so let's cheat again. Yeah, 43%. So, 2. Looks nice to me. Looks drinkable, at the very least. And anything is going to be better than yesterday. If you don't know what I had yesterday, you should probably go watch that after this. Because it was atrocious. I actually dumped it. I haven't done that with any other whiskey. That's the only one so far where I've been like, no, I'm not going to drink this. It tastes awful. So give it a watch if you want. Begin nosing technique. Oh. That's how they start. You go, oh, then you can nose it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give this away immediately. So, there's some peat notes in this. It's right up front. So you have a good idea what this might be now. It's not heavily peated, whatever it is. I wonder. It's reminding me of a whiskey, but I won't say the name until once we're done, because peated or not, it could be anything, right? Anything. Oh, you know what would be weird? Wow, that was an interesting thought to me. A world whiskey, like a Japanese whiskey that was peated. There's got to be one out there. If the original place for where they started learning about how to make whiskey was Scotland, brought it over to Japan, something's got to be peated. What else am I getting here? The peat's kind of in the way. It's sweet peat. It's not like peat. Reminding me of the ocean. Like it's got that salty seaweed brine note going on. I know what's making me thinking of. It's bothering me. Snowing in Boston. What? That must be fun. It's just rain. One of the perks of living near the water or the ocean in general, anything that comes in that's almost snow typically fades out once it gets near the water. Turns into rain. Or if it's a bad way, it's sleet. Blech. Ices up everything. It's great. Apple. There's always some fruit notes of peated stuff to me. Buried underneath everything. Well, it smells nice to me. I know exactly what I'm thinking of. It probably isn't that. I really want to turn around and look at the bottle to see if the proof is the same, but I won't. yet. Just thought of butter? Pancakes? Why did I think of pancakes? I could just be hungry, for the record. I've had a muffin today and coffee. Yum. Oh. Oh man. Weather. Snow. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for December to turn, or the rest of winter to show up, I guess is the best way to put that. Blah, 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 blah. Nose. Phase 2. This is the biggie. Intensity 3. Age. Moderate. Moderate. Barrel used oak. Grain. Making the assumption it's malt. Considering what we think it is. Smoke. 2. Spice. Maybe a little black pepper. Eucalyptus is sticking out to me. It's fun. Some clove. Going on to sweet. I said pancakes. I think I should say maple. So I should say maple. Oh. The doubt in my phrases is driving me insane. Some vanilla. There's a lot of vanilla in many whiskeys I run into, but I'm not the best at placing them. It seems like it's in like a vanilla glaze. Okay. Floral. Again, I don't know enough flowers. It's not exactly the time to think about smelling flowers anyway. Wine. Huh. I don't think there's any wine in this. Maybe sherry. Just saying sherry for everything. That's close. They do a lot of that. So who knows? Fruit, apples on there. Maybe a touch of lemon. Sulfur. Nothing serious. It's actually mellowing out the more I nose the thing. Ugh. Pond skating sounds horrifying. I like the idea, I like the concept, but the whole fact that you could just fall into the water and it's freezing. I don't like that. The very thing underneath you will just vanish and you'll be in freezing cold water. No, thank you. You're going to shock almost immediately. Yay. Not that I've looked up how to get out of that or been horrified about the whole concept at all. What? For sulfur, the only thing that's coming to mind is matchbox sounds about right, but I'm thinking specifically of when you snuff out a candle, that smell. Peat. There's definitely peat in this. It's fairly medicinal. It's a light peat too. It's not, like I said, not overwhelming. But it's got more brine to it. Oh, that's in the next one. Earth and brine. Okay. So moving on to earth, there's some brine in this. I believe I said seaweed. And salt. Huh. What are you? If you are what I think you are, I'm going to laugh. I don't think it is. It might be. I have not yet pinpointed a whiskey, although I should have a couple days ago. If you didn't watch that one, it was day 16. That was hilarious. That was the highlight so far of doing these, other than a few of the world whiskeys that I had never heard of. Oh, that's nice. But getting a whiskey that I really liked and not knowing what the hell it was and then finding out what it was and knowing I really liked it was hilarious to me. I mean, everyone else is like, "Oh, you didn't get it right." That's not true. If you watch it, you'll see what I mean. All right. Oh, my brain. The gears in my head don't want to work. I am feeling better today, if you can't tell. Still got the sore arm right here. It's kind of red, actually. Yeah, I can see it's a little red. Not happy. It's not happy about where I got jabbed. I still feel a little sluggish. My joints don't ache, which is nice. That's a fun feeling when your whole body's just like, ah! It's fun. All right. Cheers to all of you. Let me know what you're drinking if you're drinking anything. It's a bit early, I'll admit, but Nope, it's not what I thought it was. Blah. Yeah, a little bit. Yesterday was so awful. Like, I haven't felt that bad since the last time I got the second shot in the arm. What are you? You're not what I thought you were. Or at least not from my recent memory. I haven't had this whiskey I'm thinking it is for quite a while. I don't know. The palate could be a little off kilter. Or it's probably not what I'm thinking of, which is very likely. Excuse me. What was that? Hold it on the palate, the tongue, whatever. See what happens. No. It's not bad. It's just not. Ooh, God, hello. Ashtray. Wow. That was fun. Boilermaker. Shot of Kilbregan. Sounds pretty good, actually. I'm considering. Look what you've done. Now I'm thinking of going to the liquor store just to buy something so I can add whiskey to it. How dare you? I'd probably get a cider. I like hard ciders. Or a Guinness, or a couple other things. I don't drink a lot of carbonated stuff. It bothers me. Right here. No. It's not a bad whiskey. It seems like a cheap peated thing. All right? I have a couple of those back there. There are two that come to mind. There's Black Bottle, and there's whatever the other one is. Velvet? Something Velvet? Yeah, whatever. Can't think what it is. But the texture of this isn't right. Like, considering it seems like a peated something. I'm going to say it out loud. It seems like a peated Scotch, all right? When it's got peat in it, the immediate thing you think about is it's probably a Scotch. That's usually how it goes. Just one more time, see if I can get any more out of it. It's not really sweet. It's kind of peppery. There's a little bit of vanilla sweetness. Peppery. Going dry. And before, right after it got dry, it was like there was an ashtray in my mouth, and that was kind of gross. Some people like that. I don't always like that. I'm curious what this would be at a higher proof, but that's what I say about many different things. Many different things. I think, well, what's the percentage? And with this one being 43, it's just, It doesn't sit well in my head. Meh. Alright. Basically, I'm getting a little salt, a little brine. It's clearly peated, but how do I describe what it's peated? Cigarette ash from Kilchoman. Kilchoman! A little friction going on. Oh, I could do that. I don't really want to. Sorry, I got a weird note, but I don't know what that was. Like overripe fruit. Mm. Drinks thin. Whoa. Ow. A little peppery, a little salty, a little dry. This is a very introductory peated Scotch, so I'm not surprised they put it in here. I'm actually surprised they put peated anything in here. That's, risky. But I'm glad they did. However, considering the range of peated Scotches or peated whiskeys in general that I am aware of and have sampled, this seems fairly tame. This is very tame to my palate. It's nice. It is reminding me of at least one or two different whiskeys I enjoy, but it is not what I would prefer, and I don't think I'd pour this for anyone. I can think of a couple other ones that I would like better than this. Not to be overly critical, but so far this is like day 2 of not great whiskeys. It's not bad, but I wouldn't drink this normally. I will finish this one, so it's not as bad as yesterday. Because that one I poured out. And if you were a Patreon, you actually saw me do it. By the way, I have a Patreon. Should you care to join the fleet and the inner circle of KillCo, do it. Oh, by the way, thank you for the thumbs. And subscribe and all that. But I did see that there were a number of already thumbs when I got here. That was cool. I love that. Tell your friends. Just say, you don't have to watch. Just hit the thumbs. I mean, it'd be nice if you did, but it's all about the thumbs and the YouTube overlords demanding them. And comments, apparently. I mean, I don't understand the algorithm. I just want to be popular. No, I don't. I just want to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can open that. Right there. Going for the palate. Number 2. Bleh. Flavor is salty, actually. Or umami feels a little better, but salty and umami. Yeah. Proof is 2. Body is 2. Texture, kind of light. It's okay, but this is another one where it's hard to describe what it seems like for texture. Texture. That's one way to find out. It's not overly complicated either. It did that thing where it turned to ash for a moment. Does any element dominate? Well, the peat is fairly, or pepperiness actually. It's a peppery sensation on the tip of my tongue that's sticking around. It is a little dry, but it's that peppery note that's sticking out. And just hanging there. Okay, now it's leaving. Finish 3, complexity 3. Not overly complicated, but considering what we're dealing with as far as introductory whiskeys, this one is a nice start for peated one, but it's not my favorite, but that's because I have more, experience is the wrong word. I have sampled other kind of peated things, and this one is not quite in my category. It's close. There's something about it that's off. And it seems very similar to one I like, but I haven't had the one I like in a while, since now I have a bottle of it. So I don't drink it as often. But let's get into the final bit, so we find out what this is. Still trying to stay under 30 minutes. I bet I'm failing at that right now. Let's check. Where is it? No, really, where is it? Oh yeah, 25 minutes. Cool. Got 5 minutes left. Plenty of time. So, first of all, let's close that. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. See, you know what it is? Part of it is just to see if my cell phone actually wants to scan anything. That's part of it. I got to end the poll. 60% of you thought it was Scotch. Thank you for everyone who participated in the poll. Makes it interesting for you, I hope. For me, it's just, I already know something that you don't know. It's only because of the label. They give me a clue. It's one thing I kind of like and don't like. You had 43%. Making me think of something, but I hope it isn't. I hope it is not what I think it is. So, I think this is very similar to Oban 14. I hope it's not. And there's maybe a couple other things it could be. What else? There's too many others. It's making me think of either Oban 14 or Glenfiddich Fire and Cane, but it's not sweet enough to be Glenfiddich Fire and Cane. But either one of those I haven't had in a minute, so we will see. First, prepare the barcode scanner. Prepare the scanner. 17? Okay, 17. Moving on to 18. Book is right here. Shiny. Make sure I open to the right page without looking. That's harder to do than you think. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. One I've never had before. And I will try to scan this, and it will fail miserably, but I'll try. Oh my god, the autofocus on my phone, I swear. It's like it can't see things that are close to it for some reason. And of course, you have to get as close as possible with the damn thing for it to work. And I kind of hate it. I know it's partially the lighting. Shouldn't be, but it is. This thing demands good lighting. Yes, I know. You want to know what it is. Well, I know what it is. That's all that matters. Wait for it. Okay. Here you go. Benromach 10-year-old Scotch malt. Or a Scotch single malt. There you go. Peaty spicy sherry. Ha! Knew it. What's that? Neat? What the fuck is neat? Smoky. Tropical fruits. Oops, wrong side. Tropical fruits. So, nailed a few of those. Oak. Yeah, we could say oak. The dry notes kind of lead to an oak feeling. Let's try and turn the lighting up a bit. See if that helps with the scanning BS. Oops. What did I do? Ugh. Found out there's a history option on my scanner. I didn't know that was a thing. Now we know. Knowing is half the battle. Got it. Fuck. One day I'm going to get this to work all the time, every time. Today is not that day. I only have a minute left. 30 minutes. Failing. This is the long part, by the way. You got the Flaviar? Oh, really? I will show you the thing with this as well, so you can, doubly prove. On the Flaviar website is Benromach. 10-year. 7.7 out of 10. And for Flaviar not sponsored, it is $52.99. Seems a bit much for what it is. Like, I would not pay $52.99 for this at all. I can think of so many other things that would be so much better. Oh, here we go. Show you this again. Again, the flavor spirals are a little easier to read. Tropical fruits, citrus, sherry, spice, peaty, smoky, neat, oak, and dry. All the good stuff right there. Let's get to the about section, shall we? Oh. Space cider with all the heritage and wood smarts to boot. This is going to be very Flaviard. I'm finding their write-ups are always a bit odd. Amusing, but odd. Benromach started in 1898, smack dab in the middle of the Great Scotch Whisky Depression. After a few years of floundering, they pulled themselves up by their collective kilts and hit full steam by 1911. See what I mean? The faculty changed hands a few times to mixed success. But in 1993, Gordon and McPhail, MacPhail, purchased the site and started refurbishing things in 1997. They officially reopened with a ceremony conducted by Prince Charles, no less. On their 100th anniversary in 1998, the first new bottling was issued in 2004. Today, they produce a wide range of whiskeys of various woods and aging, combinations. Wow. A wide range of whiskeys of various wood and aging combinations, all the way up to 55-year-old classic. The water comes from Chapelton Springs and Romick Hills above the site. A genuine Cinderella story that would bring a tear to the eye of any whiskey lover. Time to brag. Benromach 10-year was voted the best Speyside single malt, 12-year and under, at the World Whiskey Awards in 2014. Consider for a minute, they beat Glenlivet, they beat Macallan, they beat Balvenie, and Glenfiddich, and Glenfarclas, and Aberlour. There are no less than 42 Speyside single malt brands out there, and this little gem emerged as number one. Okay. This whiskey is chock full of love. More than a majority of 10-year-old malts. 80% of the spirit is aged in bourbon barrels and 20% in sherry hogsheads. What a surprise. I'm just going to start saying there's sherry in this if I don't know. So far, every time I've said it, it's like, yeah, there's sherry in it. Sweet. And that's just for the first 9 years. Then it is transferred to first fill Oloroso sherry casks to finish for the last full year. That, my friends, is an uncompromising attention to detail that is seriously hard to find at the price point. Get a taste of this golden wonder now, because I can hear Uncle Flaviar on the phone buying a case for himself, and you do not want to miss out. Well, I am okay with missing out on this one. Thank you very much. It's interesting. Nice introductory whiskey. Not my favorite. There's not enough. It kind of lands flat for me. There's a little bit of spiciness and peppery notes and oak and dry. So it's interesting. But it just feels lacking to me. It feels like something's missing. Okay. Details. Category Scotch. Countries. Scotland. Region. Speyside. That's the funny part. This is a peated Speyside. That's interesting. Distillery Benromach. Age 10 years old. Style single malt Scotch whiskey. Alcohol 43%. Tasting notes. The color, honey amber. Did I say golden amber before? Close enough. Nose, neat. An aroma of sherry and Christmas spice with a bit of water. You get a whiff of peat. A whiff? That's the first thing I got. Palate. Raspberry, citrus, and tropical fruits with a bit of smoky oak. They're pushing the fruit notes a bit. I don't really get any of that. Sorry, there was probably pop-up noise there. I don't really get any fruit notes. I had fruit notes on the nose, but the palate just blah, blah, blah. Finish, smooth and dry with lingering warm spice. Smooth. Well, it's definitely dry and does have a lingering spice. Got it. Ha! I love the recommendations they give sometimes. Recommendation for this one, recommended for you by Flavor Match. So they have a record of stuff that I have in my bar, / the bottles behind me, a few of them. Because believe it or not, they don't have all of them. Big shock. They recommend Nika from the Barrel for $119.99. No. I know where I can get it for a lot less. Lagavulin, 16-year-old. $112.99. What the Glenmorangie. Lasanta, 12-year-old. I think I liked Lasanta. I actually have a couple of Glenmorangies sitting right in front of me. I've been meaning to finish these for quite a while. Over a year. At the least. Nika Taketsuru Pure Malt. Nika Taketsuru Pure Malt. Another Japanese whiskey. I haven't had that one. $80.99. And the Glenmorangie one is $50.99. I'm giving you a relative peek to some of this. Ooh, this was another one it was making me think of, but my clue, of course, was that it says on here, product of Scotland. So, big giveaway. But I was thinking about Connemara as well, which is a peated Irish. And that one on here is $44.99. Ugh. Or Ardmore, $52.99. So a lot of different variety there that I could get. Some of the prices are outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Stuff I know for certain I can get for, $70-ish. And they're pumping it up to $100 because they can. Hey. The only good reason it's not sponsored is that I can be very critical of what they produce and sell. Oh, what's my time? How'd I do? 6-7 minutes over. That's fine. But it's fun. I like this. It's okay. I know now I won't buy a bottle of this. There's nothing wrong with it other than the fact just not. I've had too many other peated scotches that I like a lot better than this. This one seems lacking. It's like something's missing. I think part of it is just the lower proof. When you've had 53 point something Ardbeg and you really like that, and then you go to something like a 43% Speyside peated, so he's like, I need more. Give me more. Oh, well. Good enough. Better than yesterday, to say the least. I feel like adding some water would turn this into nothing. We'll try it. We'll try it after the stream, see what happens. With that said, we've gone over the marker for 30 minutes already. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm going to do double streams, just so we're clear. One of them will be like this, where I just open up the box and do a pour and talk about it a little. But my 7 p.m. time slot is going to be reserved to a mystery guest. Can't tell you who it is because it's a mystery. But you should definitely tune in. It's going to be fun. I haven't done a guest mystery thing in a while. Looking forward to it. And tomorrow is not going to be the best mental state day for me. 2 years ago, on the 19th, I had to euthanize my pet cat, Max. And that was probably one of the worst days of my life so far. But to try and take my thoughts away from that for a little bit, having a guest will help, and having plenty of whiskey will certainly help. With all that, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you tomorrow, but also I will see you out there. Boop. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.